All right, where to begin today? Well, yesterday I had albóndigas with chipotle. Something interesting I found: if instead of using breadcrumbs or panko or ground ground chicharrones, there is a way to mount butter into your burgers, and it makes them really delicious. So what I did to make them, I had a kilo of meat, and but before I put the meat in, I take 2 eggs, I beat them, and then I took half a stick of butter. And this would work with any quantity you want, but I used half a stick. It's about 45 to 50 grams of butter. That would make it, I guess, 4 to 5% butter when I add the kilo, right? So what you do is you heat it in a microwave and you get it all liquidy. It doesn't matter if it's hot because it's eggs, you're going to temper it. So while you're whisking your eggs, you pour the butter in, okay? And you emulsify the butter into the egg mixture itself. And then you can go ahead and pick your beef apart, crumble it, kind of put it in there, and then season it with whatever you want. If you don't want to season it until, like, if you're making smash burgers or something, you can go ahead and mix them up ahead of time, and that will include egg and butter in your ground beef. Whoa. Try it. It's absolutely delicious. There's just a flavor in there that you're just like, dude. All right, and then you can salt them and do what you want, or make them into meatballs, or add Italian spices, or, at that point, this is kind of the mother recipe. I think the next time I'll try a whole stick and see how that works out. So again, for pounds, 1 egg, half a stick of, what I told you, a quarter stick of butter, but I'm gonna double the butter content next time, see how it works. So for a pound, 1 egg, 1 stick of butter. It's easy, 1, 1, 1. Pound, egg, stick, or a stick egg pound, or egg stick pound, or however you want to remember it. Digo half. It's just pounds are half of kilos, and I'm so used to grams now. All right, so last thing. So pound of beef, 1 egg, half stick of butter. There you go. For the kilo, 2 eggs, a stick of butter. It's just so much easier. Sorry. And then salt and whatever to taste. Okay, so today I'm going to put some pork ribs in a pressure cooker, and I think I'm going to cook them on high for 30 minutes. Then I'm going to swap those out. I'm going to take them out, and I'm going to put them on a plate, and I'm going to put them in a cold oven and then crank it up to 550 for half an hour just to kind of crisp the outside. Although I'm thinking maybe I'll actually put them in a hot oven. With the broth, I'm going to put that in a saucepan, and I'm just going to begin reducing. I don't salt them when I cook them. I like to add salt at the end in case I want to make a sauce. So I'm going to reduce that down till it's nice and thick, and then I'm going to mount it with some butter, and then I'll finally season it. It will already have spices in it, but just not the salt. And then that'll be a nice buttery pork broth sauce to put over the top. Oh, you have no idea how good that stuff is. Well, since I am reading a book from the 19th century, I've started another one from 1888 by the Dr. J.H. Salisbury himself. Yes, Salisbury steaks. His idea was drinking hot water and eating minced beef, ground beef, if you're sick, for a time. Get yourself healthy. And apparently nothing will make you healthier than that. And he tested several foods on himself, on volunteers. He actually, I think he took 100 pigs. I can't remember the number. But he had taken several pigs and fed them various diets, and then slaughtered them, dissected them, found out what was happening to them. Asthma, inflammatory condition. We knew this 164 years ago. 88. He actually, by 1854, he was actually preparing all of this information. It took him 30 years to study all this stuff. He winds up writing his book in 1888. And that's what I'm reading. It's like, we knew all this stuff. Back when we didn't have money and politics and all this nonsense interests in all of it. These are people just trying to find out how the body works, what happens. That's where you go to find information. Go back to the source. All right? You want to find out about the church, go back to Jesus. You know, you want to find out about anything, go back to the source. What were they trying to do when they invented the thing, right? Anyway, just so much information, so fascinating. And he says consumption, tuberculosis, is not an inflammatory condition. So, at least that can't be cured so far as I can see. He went in to tackle measles. He went in to tackle a bunch of sicknesses. And again, he tested a lot of foods on himself. The first food he actually tried was baked beans. And he said it was horrible. Within 3 days, I was foggy, I was flatulent, I was completely miserable. So yeah, beans, we know beans are pretty bad for you with the lectins. And I mean, this plant does not want you eating its babies, okay? Literally, the bean is the seed. But there's ways to get around them. You can soak them, and then you have to pressure cook them. If you do not soak them or pressure cook them, you will poison yourself, all right? But after pressure cooking, soaking and pressure cooking, even the Mexicans knew this for centuries, you know? So that's how they would process these, and the lectins disappear, the poison's gone. Of course, that doesn't bode well for the fact that the bean, the ones I use, the black beans out of Yucatan, those, or in most Mayan food, those are almost 50% carbohydrate. Yuck. And nutrients, but you're going to get nutrients. You're going to get all your nutrients you want from meat, eggs. If you really feel the need, eat an avocado. If you want a leafy salad, go for it. Why not? A little bit of cheese if you can handle it, some cream, butter, definitely, lard, plenty of chicken wings. You're good, man. I've been doing this for almost 10 months, and I just don't look dead to me. I mean, oh no. No, we're good. I haven't even had my coffee yet. Man, am I springy this morning? You know what it is? I fasted. I ate my dinner at about 2 o'clock, and so I haven't eaten in 19 hours. That's what it does to me. Bloody fasting makes me loopy. Just so much energy, I can't believe it. I'm not a morning person. Fast, you'll be a morning person. Then you're not human. Okay. So anyway. Oh my God, everybody's all bundled up. Really? Shock your body a little bit. That's part of the fun too. I wear shorts, t-shirt, I'm in flip-flops. It's good for growth hormone. Growth hormone spares muscle. It just does such wonderful things in the body. It rebuilds you. I feel rebuilt already. It's almost a year. And in fact, my body is probably almost virtually rebuilt. I think everything but the bones pretty much regenerates in about a year. My skin's brand new. My nails are obviously growing out. And I think those, even the toenails are the slowest. I think those grow out within a year. I'll verify all this, but yeah. So my body's completely composed right now of pretty much leafy greens, meats, butter, and lard. Wow, wonderful. All right. So anyway, and just kind of a PS. I wasn't, like I said, I had mentioned that I wasn't going out to social media, but I don't know if I mentioned that it takes me more time to actually make a series of these videos every day since I vlogged them, and then edit them and put them together, and then go ahead and it's easier for me to take the 5 minutes, just upload them and be done with them. But I haven't gone into social media and actually mined or looked or cared. I don't. I'm going to abuse Facebook as just an outward push for my new things, my new goals, my new needs, desires, wants. I do so many different things, and I probably will start a new channel from this one, or at least rename it, because I understand fat you may be condemned of fat shaming. So whenever you use that word, apparently the algorithm drops you or whatever. I'm not monetized, and like I said, I'm doing this for me anyway, and I couldn't care less, but I do want the information available to others. Do I fat shame anyway? No. just to get on that horse a little bit. I was fat myself, completely metabolically challenged. What I can't tolerate, however, and what I will not accept, is people saying, well, I'm just going to be miserable, I'm just going to complain all the time, and you have to accept me. Well, no, I don't. I normally shun, I leave people like you. I don't shun you per se, not actively. I do a 180 and I'm like, but dang, I'm out of here, all right? Judge Judy said, don't pee on me and tell me it's raining. So, you know what, guys, don't sit there and whine and cloak. There's nothing worse than a complainer who has no solution. All right, well, here's your solution. Well, I don't want to do that. What can I tell you? That's how human bodies work. There is no other way, Nemo. Oh, yes, there is. And I said this yesterday on WhatsApp when I put it up on my status. I know four females who were vegan, and then they went to carnivore, and they're like, everything is better, and you can see them. They show pictures. I have never seen, and if you have one, send it to me. I've never seen a carnivore say, oh, this is horrible, I hate being in shape, I hate being wonderful, I'm going to go vegan, be inflamed, have pimples everywhere. For females, they lose their cycle, some for 2 years, the one I follow, and they're always on supplements. Yeah, that seems like the proper human diet. Sure, we've been doing that for 250,000 years. Not. Have a good day. See you guys. Bye.